Hey everybody, in this video we'll show Mac users how to install GarlicOS on the Anbernic RG35XX. Alright, so let's jump in. Before you begin, let's make sure you have the following. An Anbernic RG35XX, links are in the video description. 2 SD cards, these are my favorite and work great. Links for those are also in the description. The pack that I chose is a 3-pack. I would advise not using the 64GB card that comes with the device. We can do the setup and everything that we need to do with these fresh install cards. And then finally, some type of micro SD or SD card reader. To be able to read those cards on your Mac, I like the Anker 7-in-1 USB-C hub, but you can use whatever you like. Okay, let's get started. On your Mac, make sure you have the Unarchiver installed. So this app allows you to be able to unzip files, or in this case, to be able to merge multiple files into one archive. And we'll be using that to extract some of the software for GarlicOS. Next up, we'll be installing GarlicOS, so we need to get the software. So go to this website on Patreon. You don't have to be a subscriber to download, but at the very bottom of the page, you'll see the links that you can use to download the files. So they start with RG35XX, copy paste on top of stock, micro SD card image. Let's go ahead and save all 4 of those to a folder on our hard drive. Okay, so I have my files downloaded here. Now this is where Unarchiver comes into effect. Right click, choose open with, and then the Unarchiver, or other if you don't see it there. That'll go ahead and extract it. Now we have to make sure that we right clicked on .001. Otherwise, it won't do it in the right order. So what this does is it unarchives that 7-zip folder, 1 and 2, and combines them into one folder here. Now this is the software that we're going to use to flash our SD card and put the modified GarlicOS on our Anbernic. To flash our SD card, we're going to need some software. So go to this website, link is in the description for Balena Etcher. And so what this will allow us to do is to be able to flash an OS image or just an image file to an SD card on our Mac. So go ahead and make sure you have that downloaded, and once you do, start the app and let's get started. In the Etcher app, click Flash From File, choose garlic.image where you saved it previously and unzipped. Click Open, and then now we're going to select the target. This needs to be the SD card that you've bought and put into your hard drive. So I'm going to head and choose this 32GB SD card here. This is generic. Click select one. Alright, so now we can click on flash and get started with the process. Now we're going to go ahead and type in our administrative password on the computer. So it's flashing this, and it's going to go through and write that image to the SD card. And then after that, it'll go ahead and then validate that it was flashed properly. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because the process takes a few minutes. On your Mac, in the Applications folder, there's also a Utilities folder. Open that and choose the application Disk Utility. In Disk Utility, we're going to verify that our SD card was working properly. So on the left-hand side, there's a no name that was the SD card. We're going to click on Mount, and then we're going to rename this. So we want to right-click on no name and choose Rename. And then we'll type in sys, S-Y-S, and make sure that it's FAT16 formatted. And this one will say FAT32 formatted. We want to mount it again. We can click here and choose MISC. We can click here and type MISC, making sure it's FAT32. Okay. Alright, close that out. Our SD cards were set up properly. Back in Finder, you'll notice on the left there are 2 different disks now. One says sys, one says MISC. That's what we just set up. Go to the MISC one. That will have a BIOS folder. We're going to move that to trash. It will have a ROMs folder as well. If you click into that, it just shows you what to name the folders whenever you go to set up ROMs. There's no ROMs there. But we can go back and we'll right click on that and choose delete. Okay, we can go ahead and eject both of these and place it into our device. The second SD card should have a BIOS and a ROMs folder on it. In the BIOS folder, that should be copied over from your original SD card that came with the machine. And with ROMs, you'll have to find those on your own. I won't show where to get those. Now go ahead and put both SD cards into the slots. Make sure they're in the right order. The first one should be for the OS and the second one for your games. And then we can go ahead. This is what the default look is for GarlicOS running on the Anbernic RG35XX. So I'm going through the list of games that I have here and going to go ahead and choose Super Mario Brothers. Now the awesome thing about GarlicOS is that you can customize it. So I put a custom skin on here. This is a minimal skin. If you'd like to learn how to customize your setup of GarlicOS, let me know in the comments and I'll make a follow-up video with instructions on how to install some of the custom apps, skins, and other tweaks that you can do with the operating system, which is pretty sweet in my opinion. If you like this video and like to see more about tech, retro gaming, and everything in between, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.